Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt your knees crack a little louder than usual? Or reached for something on the top shelf and thought, oof, I used to be able to do that without a second thought? Don't worry, you're not alone. That moment of noticing your body feels just a little stiffer, a little weaker than it used to, that's something many of us experience as the years roll on. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to stay that way. You see, our bodies are capable of incredible things even as we age. I'm not talking about running marathons or climbing mountains unless you want to, of course. I'm talking about everyday strength. The strength to carry groceries without feeling drained, to climb stairs without holding on to the railing, to get up from the floor with confidence, and to simply feel steady, strong, and in control of your own body. And what if I told you that regaining that strength, yes, even building new strength, doesn't require a gym membership, fancy machines, or even getting down on the floor if you don't want to? What if just a few minutes a day could help you feel more energized, more stable, and more alive? Today, I want to share something simple yet powerful. Just 5 isometric exercises you can do at home. No jumping, no twisting, no overwhelming. Routines. Just safe, effective moves that help you build full body strength. If you've never heard the word isometric before, don't worry. It simply means holding your muscles in a certain position, kind of like pressing your hands together in front of your chest. There's no big movement, but your muscles are working. And the best part? These exercises are gentle on your joints and incredibly effective at improving strength and stability. So let's take this step together. If you've been feeling a little weaker lately, or maybe just want to stay strong and independent for as long as possible, these exercises are for you. No pressure, no perfection, just progress at your own pace. Now let's begin with our very first move. You won't need any equipment for this one, just your own body and a sturdy wall. Imagine this. You're standing in front of a wall. You press your palms flat against it, like you're trying to push it down. You're not actually moving the wall, of course. It's a wall. But your muscles are working hard. This is called the wall push. It might look simple, but don't let that fool you. It's incredibly effective for strengthening your chest, arms, and even your core. Let's walk through it together. Stand about a foot away from the wall. Place your palms flat against it at shoulder height, fingers pointing upward. Now press. Don't just lean into it. Really press, like you're trying to move the wall. Hold that pressure for 10 seconds. Breathe naturally, don't hold your breath, then relax. That's 1 round. Try doing it 3 to 5 times. Here's what's happening while you do that. Your chest muscles are firing up, your shoulders are stabilizing, and your arms are staying strong and engaged. It might feel like a small thing, but it's building. Endurance in the muscles you use for everything, from lifting laundry baskets to reaching for the cereal box. And let me tell you, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. You'll start to feel that strength in daily life. You might notice that opening a stubborn jar gets a little easier, or that reaching behind your back for a jacket doesn't feel like a chore anymore. These little wins, they add up. Now, while we're standing, let's move to the second exercise. This one's called the chair pose hold. Yes, like sitting in a chair, but without the actual chair. It's fantastic for your thighs, glutes, and lower back. Picture this. You're standing with your feet shoulder-width apart. Slowly, bend your knees and lower your hips, like you're about to sit down in a chair behind you. But don't go all the way, just enough so your thighs feel engaged. Hold that position for 10-20 seconds, or as long as you comfortably can. Then stand up slowly and take a breath. That's 1 round. If you're thinking, that sounds tough, you're not wrong. It can be, but you can modify it. Try standing near a wall or a countertop so you can hold on for balance. The important thing is that you feel safe and stable. You're not racing anyone. You're doing this for you. What I love about the chair pose hold is that it works the muscles we use to stand, walk, and climb stairs. These muscles often weaken as we age, but the beauty is they can be rebuilt. You're literally strengthening your foundation, the part of your body that holds you up every single day. You might be wondering, how long will it take to see results? And that's a fair question. The truth is, everyone's body responds a little differently, but most people who stick with it, even just a few minutes a day, start noticing small changes within a couple of weeks. More stability, more ease of movement, a little more confidence when they go about their day. And it's not just about the body. When you start to feel stronger physically, something shifts inside you too. There's a sense of pride, of control, of saying to yourself, I can do this. And that feeling? That's powerful. Let me pause here for just a moment and ask you something from the heart. When was the last time you did something just for yourself? Not because someone told you to, not out of obligation, but simply because you wanted to feel better, move better, live better. Maybe today is that day. Maybe today you say yes to yourself. And if standing isn't an option for you right now, or if you prefer a seated version, don't worry. Everything we're doing can be modified. For example, you can press your hands into the arms of your chair to activate your triceps, or push your feet into the floor while seated to engage your legs. The important thing is not how you do it. It's that you do it in a way that works for you. Now, I know we've only just started, but already you're doing something many people your age are afraid to try. You're moving your body, challenging your muscles, and showing up for yourself. That takes courage. And I want you to know, I see you. I'm proud of you. And if you're sitting there thinking, I've never been a fitness person, I hear you. But here's the thing. This isn't about becoming a fitness fanatic. It's about becoming the strongest version of yourself so you can keep doing the things you love, with the people you love, for as long as possible. So take a deep breath. Feel your feet on the floor, your body grounded and present. And know this. You're already making a difference in your health right here, right now, one small hold at a time. Now that we've warmed up with the wall push and the chair pose hold, let's move forward. You're doing great. Keep that steady rhythm going, and we'll continue building your strength in the next movement together. And now that you're standing a little taller and perhaps even feeling a gentle buzz in your muscles, let's keep that momentum going. The beautiful thing about isometric exercises is that you don't need to do much to feel something shift. Inside you, just steady, mindful effort. And the next movement we're going to do? It's all about your core. Now, I know when people hear core, they often picture crunches, sit-ups, or fancy gym moves that look like something out of a fitness commercial. But when I say core, I simply mean the muscles that help keep your body stable, your abdomen, your back, your pelvis. These are the muscles that help you balance, stand upright, and move without pain. And trust me, having a strong core in your later years can be a game changer. So let's talk about the belly press. It's one of those quiet, subtle exercises, but oh, does it pack a punch? You can do this standing, sitting, or even lying down, which makes it incredibly versatile. Let's try it together, seated comfortably, with your feet flat on the ground. Place your hands on your lower belly. Now, imagine there's a tiny string attached to your navel, gently pulling it back toward your spine. You're not sucking in like you're holding your breath, you're simply activating your abdominal muscles as if you were zipping up a snug jacket. As you do this, press your hands gently into your belly. Feel that resistance? Hold it for 5, 10, even 15 seconds if you can. Then release and take a breath. Let's do it again, but this time, really pay attention to what's happening. Inside your body, feel your spine getting a little longer, your ribs settling in. You're building strength right there in your center, and you didn't even have to move a muscle outwardly. Isn't that amazing? Here's a little secret. This one exercise alone, when done consistently, can improve your posture, reduce lower back discomfort, and even help with balance. It's like your body's natural corset, holding you together and keeping you strong, from the inside out. And don't worry if you don't feel it right away. It might take a few tries to really connect with those deep muscles. But once you do, it becomes second nature. You might even find yourself doing it while brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil. These little moments, they matter more than we realize. Now that we've tapped into the core, let's move just a little farther down the body to your legs, specifically the inner thighs and hips. These muscles often get overlooked, but they're absolutely essential for stability, walking, and fall prevention. The exercise we're going to try is the pillow squeeze. Simple name, powerful impact. Grab a small pillow or even a folded towel, something soft but firm enough to press against. Sit down in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Place the pillow between your knees. Now, squeeze, not with all your might, we're not trying to break it, but with firm, steady pressure. Feel the muscles on the inside of your thighs activate? That's exactly what we want. Hold the squeeze for 5 to 10 seconds, breathe steadily, and then relax. Try repeating that 5 times. You'll be surprised how quickly you feel warmth in those muscles. And while you're doing it, think about how often you rely on these muscles without realizing it when you stand up from a chair, step into a car, turn around quickly. Keeping them strong is like having a secret layer of protection around your lower body. Here's a thought I'd like to share. As we get older, our bodies send us little signals. They might come in the form of stiff joints in the morning, a slight wobble on uneven ground, or a sense of fatigue after climbing stairs. These are not failures. They are whispers. Messages gently reminding us to check in, to take care, to rebuild where we might have lost a little ground. And the truth is, you don't have to overhaul your life or spend hours working out. You just have to listen and respond with small, steady steps. Like you're doing right now. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you paused? Not because you were tired or overwhelmed, but simply to connect with your body. To say, hey, I'm still here and I want to keep feeling good in this body for as long as I can. That's what these exercises are really about. Not just physical strength, but self-care, self-respect, knowing that even a quiet, still movement has the power to nourish you, to support you, to help you age with dignity and independence. Now, let's stand up again, slowly, with purpose. Take a moment to feel your feet grounding into the floor. Let your spine lengthen. You're doing something wonderful for yourself today. The next movement is for your back and shoulders, and it's called the elbow press. It may sound simple, and it is, but it strengthens the muscles that help you maintain posture and prevent that hunched, rounded look that tends to sneak up on us over time. Here's how to do it. Stand tall or sit if that's more comfortable. Bring your arms up so your elbows are bent at 90 degrees like you're about to hug someone. Now, press your elbows backward as if you're trying to touch the wall behind you. You won't actually move your elbows very far. That's not the goal. The goal is to activate the muscles between your shoulder blades, the ones that help you. Stay upright. Hold that gentle pressure for 5 to 10 seconds, then release. Try doing it a few more times, slowly, mindfully. With each press, you're opening up your chest, drawing your shoulders back, and reminding your body of its natural alignment. So many of us spend our time rounded forward, reading, knitting, watching TV, scrolling on our phones. The elbow press counters that. It pulls us out of that slouched position and into strength. And let me tell you, when you improve your posture, everything else improves too. Your breathing becomes deeper, your balance gets better, and yes, even your confidence gets a little boost. I want to pause for just a moment and ask, how are you feeling so far? Maybe you feel a little more awake in your body. Maybe you're surprised by how much you're capable of. Maybe you're realizing that exercise doesn't have to be about sweating buckets or pushing through pain. It can be gentle, thoughtful, and still incredibly effective. And if at any point you've had to pause, sit down, or take a breath, that's okay. That's part of the process. There is no rush here, no judgment. Just you, showing up for yourself in the best way you know how. Sometimes we get so caught up in what we used to be able to do that we forget how valuable it is to simply be able, to move, to feel, to grow, even if it's slower than before. So if you've made it this far, I want you to know, you're already succeeding. You're already rebuilding strength, one quiet squeeze, one steady hold at a time. And we're not done yet. There's still one more powerful movement to explore, a move that brings everything together, that taps into your full body strength from head to toe. So, take a sip of water, give yourself a gentle stretch, and let's continue. Together. Ready to finish strong? Because now we're stepping into the fifth and final movement, what I like to call the wall push hold. It may sound like something you'd do just to test if the paint is dry, but I promise, this one is a full-body hero in disguise. Let's set it up together. Find a clear wall space. Nothing fancy, just enough room to stand a little less than arm's length away. Stand tall with your feet shoulder-width apart and place both palms flat on the wall, just below shoulder height. Now, gently lean forward into the wall like you're trying to push it away from you. But here's the key. The wall won't move, and neither should you. Your arms are extended, your core is braced, your back is straight, and your heels are firmly on the ground. Hold it. Breathe. You'll feel it almost immediately. In your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your stomach, even a little in your legs if you're holding steady. That's because this isn't just an arm exercise. It's a full-body isometric engagement. Everything is working together to stabilize and support you. And the best part? You're in control the entire time. No motion to strain your joints. No equipment to figure out. Just you, your breath, your strength, and the wall. Now, let's hold it for 10 seconds. If that feels good, try 15. Maybe even 20. And when you're done, gently release, shake out your arms, and notice. Notice how alive your body feels, how connected, how present. What I love most about this particular move is that it quietly builds strength in the muscles we need for some of life's most basic activities, opening doors, lifting groceries, steadying ourselves when we stumble. And with consistent practice, it can help preserve that strength for years to come. Let me tell you something, and I hope it truly lands with you. Aging doesn't mean giving up. It means getting smarter, choosing movements that serve you, choosing exercises that respect your body while helping it grow stronger. That's what these isometric exercises do. They're not about pushing yourself to the brink. They're about preserving and enhancing the quality of your life. And sometimes that starts with something as simple as leaning into a wall. Now take a moment. Let your arms fall gently by your sides. Take a deep breath in and out. You've done something powerful today, and I want you to feel that. In fact, if you're standing right now, go ahead and sit down for a minute. Let's reflect, just you and me. You know, when most people think about getting older, they worry about losing strength, balance, energy. And those concerns are valid. We do change over time. But what often gets overlooked is how incredibly adaptable the body still is even in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. Muscles can still grow. Bones can still get stronger. Balance can still improve. And perhaps most importantly, confidence can return. But that doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing what matters, consistently, kindly, and with intention. And isn't that true for so much in life? I want to tell you a little story. Not long ago, I met a gentleman named Carl. He's 74, hadn't exercised in years. He was convinced it was too late, that his body was too far gone. His knees ached, his shoulders were stiff, and he'd gotten used to relying on the arms of chairs just to stand up. We started simple. No jumping, no weights, just a few isometric movements, some of the very same ones you've done today. Belly presses, pillow squeezes, wall holds. He was skeptical at first. "How's this going to help?" he asked with a smile. But 2 weeks later, he told me he'd stood up from his recliner without using his arms. Just stood straight up. He hadn't done that in over a year. And the look in his eyes, let me tell you, it wasn't just about strength. It was about pride. About independence. That's the power of these small, still movements. They ripple outward. They start in the muscles, but they end up touching every part of your life. And it's not just about avoiding weakness or preventing falls. It's about saying yes to taking walks with your grandkids, to gardening without fatigue, to reaching that high shelf without a second thought. It's about freedom. Let me ask you, what's something you've stopped doing because you didn't feel strong? Enough? Maybe it's dancing at a wedding. Maybe it's bending down to play with your dog. Maybe it's as simple as walking through the grocery store without leaning on the cart. Now, what if I told you that just a few minutes a day could start to bring those things back? That's not a promise made in haste. It's a truth backed by research and real people every day, seeing improvements they didn't think possible. You're not too old. It's not too late. And your body hasn't given up on you. In fact, your body has been waiting for you to meet it where it is and move forward from there. So as we close out this session together, I want to leave you with something that's maybe more important than all the exercises combined. It's this idea. Your health is not just in the past. It's not some glory you once had. It's something you can still build, still shape, still reclaim. And it starts right here, with you showing up, just like you did today. You didn't need a gym. You didn't need fancy clothes or a personal trainer. All you needed was a little space, a little time, and a willingness to care for yourself in a new way. So here's what I want you to do now. Not another rep, not another hold, just this. I want you to take a moment to thank yourself. Yes, out loud if you're brave enough. Thank you, body, for showing up. Thank you, heart, for keeping me going. Thank you, mind, for choosing growth instead of fear. You're not just getting stronger, you're becoming more connected, more grounded, more alive. And if that's not a beautiful reason to keep going, I don't know what is. You've done something powerful here today, so don't stop now. Take this feeling, this quiet strength, and carry it with you into your morning routine, into your afternoon walks, into those little daily moments where you check in and say, I'm still here, I'm still strong, and I'm not done yet, because you're not, and tomorrow you'll be even stronger. Let's take a deep breath together. Just one, nice and easy. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel that? That breath right there is a sign that you're alive, that you're present, and that your body is ready for more life, more movement, more strength, and not the kind that leaves you sore and gasping. I'm talking about the quiet kind of strength, the one that builds gradually and shows up when you need it most. The strength to get out of bed with ease. The strength to carry your groceries. The strength to hold your own body tall, proud, and steady. And today, by doing these 5 simple isometric exercises, you've planted the seeds of that strength. You've shown up for your future self in a powerful way. But let's talk honestly for a moment, because I know that for many of us, consistency is where things get tricky. We get excited. We try something new. And for a few days, we feel good. But then, life happens. A sore knee, a busy day, a little voice in the back of your head saying, maybe tomorrow. Sound familiar? You're not alone. It happens to all of us, no matter our age. Even the most motivated people have days when they just don't feel like it. And that's okay. What matters most isn't perfection. It's commitment. Gentle, forgiving, steady commitment. So how do you keep showing up, even when it's hard? Well, here's one trick I've found helpful. Tie your exercises to something you already do every day. Maybe every time you make a cup of tea, you spend 2 minutes holding that seated pillow squeeze. Or after brushing your teeth in the morning, you lean into that wall for a gentle hold. Or you do a belly press while watching your favorite afternoon show. You don't need to carve out a full hour. Just 5 minutes here and there, and suddenly you've got a routine that fits your life, not the other way around. And the beauty of isometrics? You can do them anywhere, sitting, standing, lying down, waiting for the kettle to boil, or relaxing in bed before sleep. They fit into your day like puzzle pieces, almost without effort, but with tremendous return. Because when you add them up, those little holds, those gentle squeezes, those steady breaths, you begin to build something extraordinary. Not just muscle, not just endurance, but confidence, control, ownership over your own body again. And if you're wondering whether just a few minutes a day can really make a difference, I'll tell you this. The difference doesn't come from the minutes. It comes from the message you send to yourself in those minutes. The message that says, I care about this body. I value this life. I want to keep showing up. That's what these movements represent. They're not flashy. They won't win you any trophies. But they will help you win your independence, your vitality, and your sense of personal power back. You may not feel it all at once. Progress is subtle. One day you notice you can rise from the couch a little easier. Another day, your balance feels more stable when you reach for something on the top shelf. These aren't dramatic moments. They're quiet victories. And those, my friend, are the ones that matter most. Now let me ask you something. Not to quiz you, but just to get you thinking. When's the last time you celebrated your body for what it can do, instead of worrying about what it can't? So, often we focus on what we've lost. Flexibility, energy, the ease we used to move with. But today I want you to shift that lens. I want you to look at yourself and say, I'm still capable. I'm still growing. And I'm doing better than I think. You know, someone once said that age is just the sum of your years, not the sum of your potential. And I believe that. Deeply. I've seen people in their 80s build strength they never thought they'd see again. I've seen folks who hadn't moved much in years regain mobility with just a handful of daily isometric exercises. It's not about turning back time. It's about making the most of the time we have. You've done the work. You've felt the hold in your core, the squeeze in your inner thighs, the stretch and resistance in your arms. You've breathed into the effort. You've stayed with it. That's strength. That's progress. And if you ever find yourself doubting whether it's enough, let me be the voice that says it is. In fact, it's more than enough. Because what you're building isn't just muscle, it's momentum. That momentum will carry you through the days when you don't feel like moving. It'll remind you of how good it feels to take charge of your well-being, and it'll quietly change the way you carry yourself, physically and emotionally. So take a moment now, if you're sitting or standing, and just roll your shoulders back. Open your chest, lengthen your spine, let your arms fall naturally by your sides. Breathe deep into your belly, stand tall. This is your new posture, one of strength, dignity, and self-care. You've earned it. And hey, if you're still feeling energized, you can go back through those exercises again tomorrow. Or maybe you do just one of them a day and rotate through the week. Whatever works for your life and your body is the right way to do this, because there's no perfect routine. There's only the one that keeps you moving, keeps you smiling, keeps you feeling like you. And if you ever start to doubt that it's working, just listen to your body. It'll tell you in small ways. Less stiffness when you wake up, more ease when you reach for something, a better night's sleep, more steady steps. That's the beauty of what you're building. It's quiet, but it's lasting. So here's what I want you to do as we close. Take one more deep breath. Not because you have to, but because you can. Breathe in strength, and breathe out doubt. Breathe in courage, and breathe out comparison. And now smile. Really smile. You've earned that too. Before we go, I'd love to know, what was your favorite exercise today? Or better yet, what feeling did you leave with? Share it in the comments below. Your story might just inspire someone else to take that first small step. If this video brought you any value at all, if you feel a little stronger, a little calmer, a little more in control, then go ahead and give it a like. It helps more than you know. And if you'd like more guidance, more exercises, more encouragement, consider subscribing. We're building a community here of people who aren't ready to give up no matter their age. Because aging, that's inevitable. But growing stronger, more mindful, more connected to your body and your life, that's a choice. And today, you made a beautiful one. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for trusting your body enough to try. Here's to many more moments of movement, joy, and quiet power. Here's to you.